Princetown regular town board meeting is called to order at 7:04. Crystal, could you please read the roll?
Yes, Councilman Golding.
Here.
Councilman Jack Russo.
Here.
Councilman Gray.
Here.
Councilwoman Morrow. Here. Supervisor Esposito.
Present. Also present is our attorney, Gerard Parisi. Invocation. Nancy, be so kind. I'll stand for the invocation.
Father God, we come before you tonight asking for your wisdom, knowledge, and discernment for those representing us to know your will for Princetown. We ask your peace and unity that only you can give. Thank you for working your will in our town. Bless those who represent us and their families. We pray as your word says, blessed is the nation whose God is the Lord. We declare this for our town. In Jesus' name, amen.
Please remain standing for the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay, privilege of the floor. At every scheduled town board meeting, the public shall have the right to address the town board during the course of the meeting referred to as privilege of the floor. Members of the public shall restrict their comments to items of town business. Although there is no official time constraint, speakers should be considerate of others so that all interested members of the public have an opportunity to be heard. There should be one portion of the meeting dedicated to the privilege of the floor near the beginning of each meeting. All remarks and questions shall be addressed to the board. No person shall enter into discussion with a person having the floor. Council members may address any comments during the portion of the meeting referred to as council member comments. Privilege of the floor is opened up at 7:06. No takers? Okay, we'll close privilege of the floor at 7:07. Okay, department committee reports. Do we have anything from?
He said nothing's going on.
Nothing? We've got to get together to look over the roads for the budget for next,
Okay.
before we ratify the next budget.
Okay.
Water, which is right here, I have it. August 2022. This is from West Blessing. Gallons pumped, 2,783,700. Maximum daily use, 164,200. Minimum daily usage, 42,300. Daily average, 89,800. We had the following water main break leaks. None. That was in August. Issues were Settles Hill tank, replaced chlorine injector on August 2nd. Began filling August 3rd, completed on August 9th. DOH cleared tank to be placed back into service on August 12th. August 4th, Settle Hill generator failed due to a bad battery, replaced battery. Wellhouse generator failed during corrosion on electrical connections, issue was fixed. August 12th, computer on Darrell Road pump station, lost memory, was reprogrammed by Smith Controls same day, August 17th through the 30th. Painted piping in Gifford Church Road pump station, August 23rd, fixed leaking chlorine valve and chlorine injector in Wellhouse, August 29th. Chlorine analyzer at Settle Hill tank was rebuilt and preventative maintenance performed by Smith Controls, August 31st. Repair was made to a hydrant on Quackenbush Road. Respectively submitted, West Blessing. I'm going to add that we did have a water main break in September, but it's not on here, so it'll be on the next town board meeting. Any questions? Go Wes? No?
No.
Well, these
I
will be
was
on-
there on the water main.
Yeah. Okay. Code enforcement. Green. Building inspector monthly report, total permits 7, permits issued 7, permit inspection fees collected $5,564, building inspections 12, zoning reviews 0, fire inspection 0, final building inspections 1, certificate of occupancy compliance 1, bank deposit $5,564. Check to supervisor, $8,000. Checkbook balance as of September 13th, 2022, 7/01/24. Activities and zoning, 0. Working on planning and zoning as needed. Working on permit, final inspection as needed. Reviewing plans as needed. Time as a reading building inspector. Any questions on that? Doug?
No.
Nicole? Ben? Jim?
None of this was for the solar project, right?
No. Okay. You're up then.
Just a couple missing dogs and one person reported a cat missing. One of them was not even in our town. It was just somebody about a dog that was missing out of Altamont and they thought it might be coming this way or something.
Could you speak up just a little bit?
Yeah, and the other dog was found, it was up by Scotch Ridge Road. Was lost for about 2 hours, ran out in the woods out there by the state land, and popped out to the owners, so that was good. And the cat, not much you could do. I mean, if anybody let us know, we could always call them up and let them know about it. But that was just those 2 incidents with the dogs and the 1 cat. That was it.
That's it?
Yep.
That one was in, where'd you say, Esperance or something they wanted us?
No. Oh no, the one that we talked about before. Yeah, no, that was a mix-up. The Schenectady sheriffs a couple of times have called. I guess they can't get a hold of some of the DCOs in the area, and then they call. I think they go down the list and see if anybody will respond. So I had a couple of calls like that. Lieutenant Gerasi knows about it, and he told his guys not to call me unless it's in Princetown. But sometimes, you know, like Delanson or Delainsburg with Darla, she hasn't replied back right away. And then, so what they do is they call me and see if I will go there, which I already told them I won't do that if it's out of Princetown, if it's out of the town. So it's just a mix-up.
Okay.
Right?
All right. Any questions for Ben? Nicole? Ben? Jim? Okay. This is from our judge, Michelle Van Wert. Monthly report to the controller was $5,800. I'm working with Judge Castle and Delainsburg about a cooperative effort for fingerprinting children from both towns in October. More to come on that. Otherwise, this week, the centralized arraigning judge for Schenectady County. So far, it's been a quiet week. Hope I don't jinx myself. Respectfully submitted, Michelle Van Wert. Any questions for Michelle's report?
No.
None? Jim? Okay. I don't think we have a report from the assessor, do we?
We do, yep, it's a long, so it's the next page.
Oh, it's the next page? Okay. Let's see what he's got to say. Do you want to read that one?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay, so this was dated September 5th, and he says the assessment cycle. The final assessment roll for the 2022 assessment cycle was completed and filed before the July 1st, 2022 deadline. The first time the assessments on the 2022 tax roll will be used is this September's school tax bills. During August, the assessor's office works with the school business agents and the vendors who create the actual tax bills. Various reports and RPS files are created and sent to these customers. The assessor's office continues to have problems with the way Vector One has set up the flow and access of reports from the assessor's desktop to the town's server. This has been an ongoing issue and causes considerable stress and additional work for the assessor's office. The state has been of considerable help addressing this problem, but it seems to still be unresolved. We continue to work with both parties trying to resolve the problems. The assessor's office has begun working on the 2023 assessment roll. New construction. The assessor's office continues to work with the town's building inspector during the year to ensure that all improvements are updated on the computer system and that assessments are adjusted as required. The Board of Assessment Review, or BAR. As reported in last month's assessment report, the VAR plays a critical role in the assessment review process that helps ensure the public's confidence in the fairness of the assessment process. Currently, the town is in need of 2 to 3 additional board members. I have drafted a notice that will appear on the town's website asking for volunteers. If any board members know someone who may be interested in serving on the VAR, I would be happy to contact them to tell them about the position. Budget issues. The assessor has put in a request to increase the assessor's salary to the same level of the previous assessor. I realize the financial difficult times we are in, but operating costs and expenses have increased, causing a need to request this increase. The prior assessor's salary was $18,000 per year. Office hours. There is office staffing Monday through Wednesday during normal business hours. The assessor is in the office on Monday mornings or by appointment. The assessor can also be reached anytime at 518-852-8513 or by email at malmesllc05@gmail.com.
Okay, there is one thing I'd like to say over here that, people continue to call the town clerk's office complaining about their tax bill. We actually have nothing to do with the way the taxes are done, other than the assessment of the properties. I know that it puts on everybody that doesn't have a mortgage, as you'll see it on there, contact the assessor's office if you think your assessment is wrong. But we actually have no say on what the school district does for the taxes that go out. So I know that Crystal has been getting calls continuously about this, saying that it's the town's responsibility. Actually, it's not. The budget is the budget for the school district. Actually, when you vote on the budget anyway, you're only voting on, when you go to vote on the budget, you're only voting for school buses and sports programs. All of the rest is contractual with what the teachers are paid and what the staff is paid. So that's all you're voting on anyway. But we really have nothing to do with once that budget is passed. Am I correct, Crystal?
Right.
So
We don't even
everybody
have-
that
We don't even
calls,
have copies of the school tax bills here in our building, so when somebody calls to ask for one, we can't even give them that. The only time we ever see it is if it remains unpaid, and then it's re-levied on our property tax bill in December. Otherwise, we can't.
I know I have 3 tax bills. I got 2, one was missing, and we had to call the district. We couldn't call you
Yeah.
because you don't have it.
Yeah.
And we had to call the district for that 3rd piece.
There is a new tax collector at Shellmouth this year as well, so I think there's been some hiccups in relation to the transition.
okay. Any questions, Ben? Jim, you got anything else?
No.
Doug?
No.
Nicole?
No.
Okay. Okay, buildings and grounds.
So, I did have one thing.
Go ahead.
He's having a problem still with the computer
Yes.
connecting. And hasn't he called
Yes.
and it's not getting resolved?
Yes, Crystal knows more about that. What's
Should
the
I make
problem
a
there?
phone call to him tomorrow?
I'm not sure the details of why it's not getting resolved, because every time he calls, they answer, and they try to help him, and then it's working temporarily, and then he tries to do something else, and then it's still hiccuping. But it seems like the software just wasn't fully transferred over correctly, so. things
Should
when
I
it goes
get
in
involved
and
and you
out.
can call tomorrow? All right.
You're gonna take care of that?
I will.
Okay, thank you. Buildings and grounds, we had the Eastern Refrigeration over here, takes care of our heating and air conditioning. They're giving us a price that we're gonna put in the budget to replace the air conditioning units and repair the heating unit on the other end of the building here, where the offices are. I haven't gotten that estimate yet, the engineer's working on it. And we're gonna have to replace the air conditioning units outside. They're changing from R22 to 410. So the R22 is not gonna be available any longer. And if it is, they're not gonna be manufactured any longer, and what's left of it is gonna be very costly. So the system is, I don't know, since the town hall was built, it's 21, 22 years old, so I guess it's time to service that, and he's gonna have that available for us before budget time, before our workshop, so we can put it in the budget for next spring. I had someone over today to repair the blacktop on the entrance to the driveway coming into the town hall. It's gonna be excavated, he's gonna give me a price on that, and part of it's gonna be tore up and repaved. The other portion in the front of the town hall is going to be sealed. They're gonna fix the cracks in it, seal the cracks up, and reseal it, and paint the new lines on it. The state police building, he's just gonna go over and patch the parking lot. We're not gonna be spending any money on the air conditioning units in the state police building until we find out exactly what we're gonna be doing with the building. That building needs a tremendous amount of work, and I don't know if the town is gonna be able to afford all of the things that has to be done over there. So, we'll keep you posted on what's transpiring with the state police building. We still don't have a lease agreement with them. We never signed a new lease agreement with them because it was not to our benefit at the time. They were looking for a 10-year lease at a 2% increase, and I think I mentioned this at the last meeting. Their inflation's running, what, close to 9.25%? And they were offering 2% to us. I always thought it was the landlord that tells them what they want, but they're telling us what they're gonna pay, so we never signed a new lease agreement with them. And that's all I have right now. Any questions? Ben? Jim? Nicole?
No.
Doug? Okay, Crystal, you're up.
Okay, so we will be closed Monday, October 10th for Columbus Day. Hunting licenses are available for purchase at the town clerk's office. And just a reminder that there are those upcoming rabies drive-through clinics. They're going to be held by appointment only, so you have to call and make an appointment. They'll be held from 10 to 12 on Saturday, September 24th at the Glenville Senior Citizen Center, on Saturday, October 22nd at the Schenectady High School, and then Saturday, November 5th here at the Princetown Town Hall. Appointments can be made online. If you want a copy of the flyer, I can give it to you, but the address for the website is www.health.ny.gov/go-to-clinic. Appointments are free to Schenectady County residents, however, an $8 cash donation is appreciated. That's all I have.
Okay, any questions for Crystal? Ben? Jim?
No.
Doug?
No.
Nicole? Okay, thank you, Crystal.
Mhm.
Okay, public hearing. And we're having for public comment on the application for creation of a major solar energy systems overlay district, 248 Kelly Station Road. We will open up the public hearing at 7:21. Floor is open. Anybody? Okay, close it up at 7:22. Resolutions, meeting minutes. Is hereby resolved the meeting minutes of August 9, 2022 regular town board meeting are approved or as amended. Discussion?
I'll make a motion.
Is there a second?
I'll second.
Crystal?
Councilman Pavoldi?
Yes.
Councilman Jackaruso?
Yes.
Councilman Gray?
Yes.
Councilwoman Mora? Yes. Supervisor Esposito?
Yes, resolution passed. General funds claim. Is hereby resolved the town board approves claim number 157 through 175 in the amount of $9,548.79. Discussion? Is there a motion?
I'll make it.
Is there a second?
I'll second. Councilman Pavoldi?
Yes.
Councilman Jackaruso?
Yes.
Councilman Gray?
Yes.
Councilwoman Mora? Yes. Supervisor Esposito?
Yes, resolution passed. Water funds claim. It is hereby resolved the town board approves claim number 103 through number 124 in the amount of $57,484.97. Discussion?
I'll make the motion.
Is there a second?
I'll second.
Crystal?
Councilman Pavoldi?
Yes.
Councilman Jackaruso?
Yes.
Councilman Gray?
Yes.
Councilwoman Mora? Yes. Supervisor Esposito?
Yes, resolution passed. Trust and agency fund claims. It is hereby resolved the town board approves claim number 13 through 15 in the amount of $6,423.50. Discussion?
I'll make it.
I'll second.
Crystal?
Councilman Pavoldi?
Yes.
Councilman Giacoruso?
Yes.
Councilman Gray?
Yeah.
Councilwoman Mora?
Yes.
Supervisor Esposito?
Yes, resolution passed. Adoption of local law number 1 of the year 2022. Resolution number 22 through number 131. This is quite lengthy. Do you want to
I don't mind
read it?
reading.
Okay,
So it's a
Crystal.
resolution adopting a local law amending the zoning map to create a major solar energy systems overlay district. Whereas Princetown Solar One LLC, Princetown Solar, submitted an application to the town of Princetown, the town, to construct a 5-megawatt solar energy facility, the project, on a property located at 248 Kelly Station Road, Duanesburg, Schenectady County, tax ID number 56.-1-20.11, the property in the town, and whereas the town zoning code authorizes a major solar energy system and a major solar energy systems overlay district, subject to the issuance of a special use permit and approval of a site plan. And whereas Princetown Solar, as required by the town zoning code, submitted a request for the creation of a major solar energy systems overlay district over the property. And whereas the town has determined that Princetown Solar's application was complete and met all the requirements of the town zoning code. And whereas the project is a type 1 action under the New York State Environmental Quality Review Act, SEQRA, and thus a coordinated review is conducted with the town of Princetown Planning Board, the planning board, serving as the lead agency. And whereas the planning board issued a negative declaration under SEQRA, and whereas the town properly referred the rezoning application to the county pursuant to section 239-M of the New York General Municipal Law. And whereas the proposed zone overlay was reviewed by the planning board, which recommended approval of the zone map amendment. And whereas the town board held a public hearing on September 13th, 2022, and members of the public were heard thereon. Now therefore be it resolved by the town board of the town of Princetown as follows. Number 1, the attached local law amending the zoning map to create a major solar energy systems overlay district over property located at 248 Kelly Station Road, Duanesburg, Schenectady County, tax ID number 56.-1-20.11 is hereby adopted and shall take effect upon filing with the New York Secretary of State, as is subject to the following conditions as contained in the attached local law. All conditions imposed by the town of Princetown Planning Board in the special use permit and site plan approval for the major solar energy facility authorized in this overlay district are hereby incorporated as conditions to this rezoning decision. And no building permit shall issue for the project unless and until the review escrow account is appropriately funded. The town board finds the attached local law is consistent with the town's comprehensive plan and solar law, and the town board hereby directs the town clerk to modify the official map to reflect the creation of a major solar energy systems overlay district as set forth in the local law. And this resolution shall be effective immediately. Passed and adopted this 13th day of September 2022 by the town board of the town of Princetown.
Discussion?
Did you have to do this with the other solar project?
Yes. Jim?
No.
I'm good.
Okay.
I'll make the motion.
Is there a second?
I'll second.
Crystal?
Councilman Pavoldi?
Yes.
Councilman Giacoruso?
Yes.
Councilman Gray?
Yeah.
Councilwoman Mora?
Yes.
Supervisor Esposito?
Yes, resolution passed. Acceptance of host community agreement. Crystal?
Sure. This is a resolution approving host community agreement with Princetown Solar One LLC. Whereas Princetown Solar One LLC, the company, submitted an application to the town of Princetown, the town, to construct a 5-megawatt solar energy regenerating project, herein the project, in the town on parcels SBL 56-00.1-20.11, located at 248 Kelly Station Road. And whereas in connection with the project, the company wishes to compensate the town for the use of its roads, public services, and other impacts from the project. And whereas the parties believe that their mutual interests will be served by the execution of this agreement, and whereas the town believes the proposed host community agreement between the town and Princetown Solar One LLC to be in public interest. Now therefore be it resolved by the town board of the town of Princetown as follows. Number 1, the attached host community agreement between the town and Princetown Solar One LLC is hereby authorized and approved, and the town supervisor is hereby authorized to execute the same on behalf of the town. Number 2, this resolution shall constitute Exhibit A of the attached community agreement. And number 3, this resolution shall be effective immediately. passed and adopted this 13th day of September 2022 by the town board of the town of Princetown.
Does everybody have a copy of the host agreement?
I get it in here.
Yes.
Okay, it's open for discussion. Ben?
It's huge. It's
I glanced through it just a little bit, they didn't change anything, right, from what that lawyer put in there?
No.
Yeah, it's all 3% and all that stuff. So. That's it.
They included the decommissioning agreement, which wasn't in your original one, but it's in there now.
I thought we had a decommissioning agreement in the original.
Pardon?
Didn't we have a decommissioning in the original?
Yeah, we have decommissioning.
No, in the
It might have been
original.
a separate sheet.
Yeah.
She put them all into one document for me to print.
Just so everybody understands, the big question that a lot of townspeople have is, on these solar projects, what happens 15, 20 years down the road? Should the equipment deteriorate? Should the companies go bankrupt, et cetera, and so forth? You know, we have money set aside in a bond to make sure that these things are cleaned up and the property's brought back to its original condition. So that's one of the big questions that a lot of taxpayers have had about these projects. And the other issue is that we do get some compensation for having this project in town. So those are the two of the really big things in our agreement.
Since we don't have a town tax, we do host agreements in lieu of taxes. And this project probably will be end up, I'm assuming, because of the supply issue that the country's experiencing right now. The last project we did over here, it's up on Florida Road, and that was 3 years ago. It's still not up and running. We were by there. Nothing is being done other than some work around the grounds. And from what I understand, it's probably not going to be completed this year either. They're going to have to purchase another building permit, which is quite costly for that project since it's 16 megawatts. But the state's funding these projects, so it's actually the taxpayers paying for it in the state. Well, I guess they really don't care. But anyway, that one's not done. And like I said, I don't think it's going to be done this year. I don't even think they're going to start it. And I don't know about this coming one, but I got to assume that that's not going to be done for a while either. But the decommissioning, the town is supposed to review these decommissioning every 5 years, because with inflation running as it is, who knows what the cost is going to be to decommission these projects. You're going to have to do something with these solar panels. I don't know if they're recycled or whatever's done with them, but so that's going to have to be done every 5 years. Other than that, any other discussion? Jim?
No, only that these host agreements are designed and written by a lawyer with specialty in this area to protect the town and the town taxpayer. So that's why we have this agreement. So everything that she said we should have is in there.
Okay, Doug, you got anything? Nicole?
Okay.
Okay, having said that, is there a motion?
I'll make the motion.
Is there a second?
I'll second. Councilman Pavolny?
Yes.
Councilman Jack Russo?
Yes.
Councilman Gray?
Yeah.
Councilwoman Mora? Yes. Supervisor Esposito?
Yes, resolution passed. We will not be issuing a building permit or anything until the host agreement is signed and it's given back that the Borrego signs the host agreement, and then I'll sign, as a supervisor, sign it. So, but it's set to go whenever we get that back. Okay.
Thank you.
All right, council members' comments, discussion? Ben?
So the assessor requested a higher salary, deputy clerk salary. Did we talk about that at the budget workshop?
Yes.
Okay.
We need to schedule the budget workshop.
Yeah.
Yes, discussion on the budget workshop dates. Who's available when? You've got, what's the dates again, Crystal, that we have to have?
We have to have it done before our next meeting, because we're gonna have a public hearing on October 11th.
That's on the tentative budget.
Right.
That's gonna be the final budget, actually. You go preliminary, tentative, then final.
Oh, you're right, our public hearing will be on the preliminary. You have the tentative tonight, I gave it to you, so we'll
Yes.
have to sit down and review it.
So, what's the dates you guys wanna do, ladies, wanna do the, budget workshop? Any suggestions?
Has to be before next week, Tuesday, next week.
Isla said she would prefer Monday through Wednesday, if it's possible, if we need to do evening, those are her best days.
That works.
I can be available anytime, I don't know about anybody else, then you're still
Yeah,
teaching, I
that'd
mean, you might have some commitments, so if you got a date.
be- except for the 21st, and the other Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday is fine. As
What
long as it's
date?
in the afternoon, except for the 21st.
The 21st?
I can't do the 21st,
Maybe you can do any other day?
yeah. As long as it's in the afternoon.
What's the 21st fall on?
It's a
Wednesday?
What if we
Then
did,
why don't we do a Monday then?
Next Monday too soon, the 19th, or is that?
Is that agreeable to
I
you,
think
Doug?
I can do it,
Nicole?
yeah.
Jim?
Yep,
What time do you want to do?
I would say let's do it early. What time are you available then? I don't know what time you get done.
5:30 is good, I don't.
5:30?
I think.
Yeah, that's good. And then we'll see if we need another date after that, because I don't know if we're gonna get it all done that time. So we're talking, September,
It's the 19th, right?
Yes,
Okay.
yep, Monday, September 19th, 5:30 PM.
Okay.
And everybody received a packet tonight with the budget requests from all departments, the tentative budget.
Yeah, next Monday.
Next Monday?
Yep.
and everybody does have those
Yes, everybody's.
requests that the department heads gave us.
We also have Isla's September report, so you know where we're at financially right up to this.
Okay. Anything else?
One more thing, we might want to consider having our highway superintendent talk to all the folks that are paving here, because the other day I just come back from a week, and a triple axle dump truck pulled into our driveway, and I pulled in right behind him to tell him that he couldn't come in here, because you know what happens every time they come in here. So he turned around in the state police building, but that could be a real problem. Those trucks are big and they're heavy, and especially if they're loaded. The three axle dumps, those things, you know, they carry, well, Doug would know how much they carry, I don't know. How much does that truck carry with three axles?
Probably 25 tons.
Yeah, so we really don't want them in here, and they should be aware of that. I mean, the sign, we got a sign there, I don't know why they pull in, but they do.
They're doing the paving?
They're going over there though empty, because they're going over to Lonnert's across the street. The back
Yeah, but
across the-
they're coming in here to turn around, is what I'm saying, which we
Is
don't
it,
want.
is it loaded?
I don't know, was it
They're
loaded in?
coming
Do you
back
know?
empty. And they're going over across the street and dumping over there. You just heard bangs. They're over there dumping right now.
Yeah, but they generally don't come in our road.
No, but they're going to Lonnert's over there across the street. That's where their yard is now. They're coming in here empty.
Okay. Anything else?
The place across the street, that's where they're parking all their stuff over there.
Okay, at the next meeting over here, we talked about dedicating the community room to Nick Morris Senior, who passed away, our highway superintendent. And we do have all of the plaques in place. We're having we have a chair that's going to be in memory of Nick Senior. And then we're going to have a plaque made up. Jasinski, who's my neighbor on Birchwood, he's actually a cabinet maker, and he's retired, so he's making up the plaque. It's going to be an oak we're gonna put into the community room. We already discussed this, so I'm assuming that we're still in mess with this and we're gonna continue to do this?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I'd like to get the flag for him too.
Okay.
And I think the historian can take care of that,
Yeah,
just like he got me and my nephews.
okay, so we can handle that.
And you should have it on the pole out here.
So, the
And I
next,
think the town should pay for it.
yeah, that's fine. We'll do the, like I said, next meeting, we do have all the plaques that we can hang up over here on our unit, so,
He raised his hand.
yeah, yeah.
Oh, no, I don't want to cut you short.
Pardon?
I don't want to cut you short if you're still speaking. I don't want to cut you short if you're still speaking.
Oh, okay.
And you have a proposal tonight that, Crystal, you look lovely.
Thank you.
You're doing a great job.
Thank you.
Hope the baby's doing well. And Cal, Sienna's sister, as well. As all of you other folks giving their services to the town. I would like to make a proposal, a very simple one, that, am I talking loud enough? Did everybody hear me okay?
It's tough to hear you, but
All right.
that's okay.
When I was a judge, I had to talk loud. I'll move up here. I
Dr.
would
Daly
like.
is our historian, for anybody who doesn't.
Yeah, well, I would like to make a proposal to have November 11th, at Veterans Day, some type of a small type ceremony on the town grounds here to recognize the veterans for their service. You know, your grandfather, Mr. Gray, anyone else. I think we could write this up, Crystal, on the computer. It doesn't have to be a big splash, but, you know, it's a special day for the veterans. And if we could do something like that, I would greatly appreciate it. I will make it no cost to the town. I'll foot the bill for it, but I would like to do something like this because I'm sure that there is a number of veterans, four at least I know, besides Mr. Gregg, you know, his nephew Shane, Miss McLean's ex-husband, your grandfather, right? And I do feel strongly that these people should be recognized in some type of a very small, unobtrusive ceremony. So I'm sure Crystal can help me with that, and I would like to do that, if that's within your permission.
And what's the date?
November 11th. I'm not really sure.
It's Friday.
You know, that, it doesn't necessarily have to be Veterans Day itself, but, you know, right
Senior
around.
Barber used to do it here. Remember when they had them up here?
That was the flag, that was the retirement of the flags.
Yeah.
You know,
Might be a good idea to use that day to dedicate the room to Nick Moore Senior too, because we do have the bench, we do have the plaque, which by the way, I'm gonna donate the plaque because, and Lou did all the work of shopping for the, Lou and his wife shop for the bench.
well, I have a couple other people.
That'd be great to have it as a, you know, the day we dedicate that room.
Yeah, I mean, it'd be, you know, kind of like Joel the real jet. Okay. You still recognize the people that have done service. And it's gonna best protect your life.
So we gotta dedicate the room at some point anyway, right? Or did you have another day in mind?
Well, I was gonna do it at the next town board
Oh.
meeting, but
I mean,
whatever the town wants to do.
I realize that, November 11th is a symbolistic type of day. But, you know, if that doesn't work, sometime maybe that Saturday, something that we can use to, you know, dedicate to good people. I'm sure your grandfather doesn't care if it's Saturday afternoon or Friday. You know. All right. And I'm sure Mr. Gray would be, and he'd finish chopping his corn by, you know, 10 o'clock in the afternoon, you know. You know, and, you know, Miss Como will help me out with this. And if, you know, we need anything, we'll let you know. But I think I can pull this off.
So is that what you guys want to do?
I would think it would be the ideal venue to dedicate the bench and maybe have a few comments from Nick and have the family. You know, I think if we're gonna do it anyway,
Right.
you know, we want to dedicate that room,
Yeah.
which is a big deal for us. We've never done that before.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, if you want, I'm not really thrilled about it, but I could probably get an elected official to come out. That's up to them. But I mean, this is, I want to.
well, what do we, chop liver?
No, but I mean, somebody like Santa Barbara or something.
That would be great, really.
You know, I mean, if they'll come out and say, at least to recognize the people in the town for their heritage that have done, you know, the ultimate sacrifice.
I'm sure Santa Barbara would, if he can, would probably love to come.
You know,
He knew Nick very well, he knows you,
you know.
all of us.
And it's just, you know, I'd like to recognize these people, you know, for their service. You know, because, let's face it, people, we're all getting older. Well, you're not, you know.
Am I?
Well,
No,
what were we gonna put on? Are we putting food on, or are we doing something like that?
I really don't know, maybe, I don't know that you necessarily,
Because then we're gonna have to appropriate some money for this.
I don't know that you necessarily have to put on anything other than, you know, something.
Have a six
We can
pack.
have coffee and donuts. We can have coffee and donuts and
They're
cigarettes.
Budweiser, this
I
is
don't
the
know
LA,
what
it's
about
so
that.
good.
Coffee and donuts, and, you know, because you're probably gonna have, I would imagine some old people that are gonna say, oh, this is really nice, you know, and, you know, we'll go that way with it. So, Ms. Como and I
Well, it
will,
all depends how many people you get, because, you know, this is not a very big building either for,
I don't think you'll get that many, Lou. I really don't. You know, I would think, at the moment, there is Mr. Gray, his nephew, Nicole's grandfather,
Ethel Jean's husband.
Ethel Jean, my friend,
If you put it out there, there's a lot of veteran
you know,
that's in this town.
but a lot of them don't, they don't want to be called, you know, they just assume, you know, but we'll put it out, we'll say, okay, if you want to register for this event, please let us know by November 1st or something like that. You
Okay.
know, we can put a stop date on. She'll figure it out, she's way smarter than I am. You know. Anyway, so I'm proposing that to you, and we'll work it out. All right? That's my story. And I'll have a better one. That you okay? Thank you. Thanks for having me.
thank you. Pardon?
We're going to do it anyway, we might as well. No? One day.
Fine with it.
One day.
That's right after the election day, right? That's the week of the election day, right?
Especially if I'm gonna be back all day.
It's the 8th.
Is it the 8th?
Yes.
What's election day?
Tuesday.
That's the what?
November 8th.
November 8th.
It's our
It's gonna be on a Friday, so it'll be Tuesday or Friday, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, we have to move that board meeting on election day, but.
Oh, that's right, too. Yeah, we can do that next week. Okay. Anything else?
I mean, Lou, if it's easier to have Saturday, it doesn't exactly have to be November 11th, maybe Saturday would be, you know, but you're gonna get a lot of retired people, I would think, the 11th, but, you know, I don't know for sure. And I don't think you'll get any more than 10 people that, you know, would come to this. But Crystal and I are gonna find out.
Well, there's a lot of family associated with these veterans, so I think we'll have more than 10 people.
Well, all right, you all know better than me.
I do. I mean, there's a lot of family would all want to, obviously would want to
Right.
be here to come. Family, friends, you know, and then Nick just passed, so a lot of his
Right.
friends would be here as well.
Right. But I think we could pull it off. Crystal will help me with it. And I think it will be a very nice ceremony. I don't know if the town's ever had one or not. You know. Actually, my cat Pickle came up with the idea last night. So, you know. That's a story in itself. That's my story. Thanks for your time.
Okay. Anything else? Good? Okay, I guess we'll, is there a motion to adjourn?
Make it.
That was quick, Doug.
Yeah.
I'll second.
Crystal?
Councilman Pavoni?
Yes.
Councilman Jack Russo?
Yes.
Councilman Gray?
Yes.
Councilwoman Mora?
Yes.
Supervisor Esposito?
Yes, resolution passed. Thank you all for coming.